down here, guys. Sorry about that. Shakur Stevenson, he won a decision victory against Artem. It was quite a boring fight. Once again, not much to really say about that fight other than a little bit of action in the fifth, sixth, seventh round where Artem got hurt with some body shots and started running away. But then Shakur just couldn't step on the gas there, man. I mean, he was just waiting for Artem to move, trying to counter him, just not getting off completely in my mind. I don't know what you guys think, but the punches landed looked like when you look at it on paper, it's completely dominated from Shakur Stevenson. 170 punches landed, 38% landed compared to Artem's 15% and only 74 punches. So Shakur landed almost 100 more punches than Artem. Rob, what do you think about Shakur's performance, man? Do you think it was good enough to get him that deal that he's looking for, or are you disappointed in him like I am?
I think it was good enough, but the only reason it's not good enough is because he talk all that shit. So he put himself in this predicament. Like every fight he do what I expect him to do, but on Twitter he just goes so crazy that he make people think he about to knock somebody out every fight. But other than that, he literally beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, and I think that too. He literally beat the shit out of him, but his mouth just
But
gets him in trouble, man.
yeah, and also along with his boxing skill, I expect all his fights, even if you're not gonna knock him out, right? You ain't gonna put him on the canvas. I expect all his fights to look like Floyd Mayweather versus Arturo Gatti. That's how I expect all his fights to look.
Yeah, and he hasn't done that. I don't think ever, man. Have we ever seen Shakur that dominant? Get it? What was that? A seventh or eighth round knockout against Gotti? Have we ever seen Shakur beat a guy up like that,
Yeah,
Keizo?
when the ref,
Yoshino, Joel
yeah, when he
Gonzalez.
ref,
Yeah, Yoshino. Yeah, you're right. Sixth round knockout. Right? He knocked him out in the sixth round. I don't know why he can't do that now. Keizo, did he not try to do that? You tell
he
me,
can.
Keizo.
Bro, the man took a career high in punches landed on
Oh
him
shit.
per round
Hold
to
on, I'm just trying to
entertain
figure this out.
y'all.
Oh, jeez.
To
There you go.
entertain y'all, the
Hold on,
people.
time out. Why you ain't do that for me? But all right.
My
I
bad.
can't call that nigga boring.
But tell me, Keizo, what do you think about it, man?
It was a good performance. Like, you can't say too much about it. It was a dominant performance where he won every round. The only round I gave Artem was round two because Shakur wasn't landing punches or throwing them. But in my opinion, he's won every round. In Shakur's career, he has yet to lose a round to me. Like, I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. The man took a career high in jabs and power punches landed on him to try to entertain y'all, and y'all still go out y'all way to call him boring. I don't get it.
Well, that wasn't a lot of shit, man. I mean, is that you think that's the most? Is this the most offensive Shakur we can get? And
No.
so
No.
you think he can still go more?
Yes, he can
And
be
what?
way more offensive.
I think so for sure. Just because Artem, the way he boxes, like he was moving around a lot, and it looked like he was avoiding getting finished. Like well, maybe that's just how he fights anyway. But he was kind of making it hard for Shakur. He was like hopping around the whole time, constantly moving, constantly making it hard for Shakur to actually like land decent shots. I mean, not that he would have knocked him out because of like the power factor. He had some good shots, but Artem was like the perfect person for him not to knock out based off of who he's fought. Like if it was a flat-footed guy, like it would have been a lot easier.
Yeah, and I agree that too. He is, really he uses his legs a lot and moves around a lot. Looks like we lost Koopa, but overall, I don't think he was. I just don't see the power, man. I feel like he was trying to get the shots out, and I just don't see the power there and how he could have affected him and got a knockout any other way. Also,
He could have.
go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
Now I'm about to say, bro, he definitely in the what it was, seventh, eighth. He could have got him out of there. Autumn was ready to go, but he just stopped putting pedal to the metal. They just stopped putting pedal to the metal. But Autumn was ready to go. Between the 5th and the
Yeah,
7th, Autumn was definitely ready to get out of there.
And even Shakur had mentioned like he's not the best at cutting off the ring, so he's like, I got to go back and try and work on that. But I think it's more than him cutting off the ring because like he got close a few times and he was chasing the guy, but like I feel like Shakur reverts back to his like instincts when he's boxing. Like it's easy to like say shit, but when you are boxing, like there was a lot of times where they're up close on each other, and Shakur's so like focused on getting hit. I feel like that he's not throwing the way he could. Like a lot of the times when boxers get that close, they'll let out some combos, but Shakur's just, like tucked up next to him because I feel like he's expecting punches back. So he's just like doing what he normally does.
Yeah, and I saw that too, where he just could have countered so many times and he didn't take advantage of the situation. But let me ask this to Koopa now. Koopa, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. I don't know what's going on with my Wi-Fi, bro.
Nah, you're good. So tell us, Koopa, what do you think, man? Do you think he's gonna sign with anybody else, or do you think it's pretty much he's stuck with whatever lands for him right now?
All right, there's multiple ways to really like answer this question, Frank. I'm not gonna lie to you, but let's just be honest here. I'm gonna say it again. What the manager and the promoter and the fighter wants for it to be big money on the line, all their goals have to align, right? As the fighter, Shakur did have a dominant performance. He landed a lot of punches on Artem. He was coming forward. He was standing in the pocket. But the weird thing about Shakur is he was pressing the action, but he was still defensive when he was offensive. And I'd say Jenkins hit it on the head where he's like, well, Shakur is just worried about getting hit. And the thing about Shakur is that's going to benefit him moving forward. Shakur is 26 years old. He can easily last a decade more in the sport because he doesn't put himself in situations where he takes damage. But Shakur is not going to get the paydays and attention that he wants if he doesn't let his hands go. There was multiple times in that fight where he had Artem hurt. And I'm not in there taking the punches. So if Shakur gets hit and he don't like what he got hit with, I'm going to say just jump on the bicycle. But when Artem starts off as the aggressor and then starts bagging up and then he's using his right hand to hold his side where Shakur was hitting him, I'm like, Shakur can press the action. I think boxing fans are unforgiving. But in moments like that, whether you're a purist or a casual, you see somebody backing up, not liking the punches he's receiving, you expecting Shakur to let his hands go. I thought Shakur was going to let his hands go. But like I said, it was just weird that he was pressing the action, and it was still a more exciting fight than Edward de los Santos. But it wasn't the performance that he wanted. It's not the performance that he needed since it was his last fight on Top Rank.
I think that it's not the same fight as De Los Santos, but it's the same result. As in, it didn't help him, man. It didn't help his image. It didn't help his ways of making more money. I think it only made it worse because he talked up this super performance that he was going to come in for blood and knock a guy out, and what we see is his grandpa in the corner and frustration and him finding out, in my opinion, that he doesn't have the power he thinks he has in reality.
But
I don't even.
But this is the thing about Shakur.
That's what I think happened Saturday night.
But Shakur doesn't have concussive power. He can let his hands go to force a stoppage.
Yeah, I don't even think he thinks he has that much power, and it's not like he wasn't letting his hands go the way that we wanted him to. But like he was hitting them in the body a lot, like in that spot that he didn't like to get hit, and it just didn't end up dropping him. So I feel like the power does have to do with it at the same time, because it's not like he wasn't throwing, but he wasn't throwing as much as we wanted him to. Like I don't know.
So here, before I move on